Welcome to another episode of Bears News Network. I'm your host, Mike Anderson, alongside with my co-host, DeAndre Cootie Hicks. And we're giving you guys the latest Chicago Bears news and rumors. Also, the #1 YouTube channel that gives out prizes and tickets. So be on the lookout for the last ticket giveaway in the next 2 weeks on the last home game of the season. We will be giving out the tickets for those games. So be on the lookout for that as well. And we'll have a prize winner next week. So be on the lookout for that as well. So if you're a Chicago Bears fan, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate
Yes.
all the love and support. Okay, Chicago and Bears fans, man. Cootie, we lose this one. The Chicago Bears lose the game 20-17 against the Cleveland Browns. Um, the Bears collapsed in the fourth quarter once again.
Yeah.
This is the third time that they was leading by a wide margin in the fourth quarter, and they end up letting the team come back to win the game. Man, where do I start, man? Where do I start here with this team? It's looking like that Matt Eberflus is probably going to be out of the door. Um, but it's some news coming from Adam Schefter saying that maybe that he still may have a chance to still keep his job depending on how the last 3 games turn out,
Yeah.
particularly against the Green Bay Packers as well. So, but as far as um Justin Fields goes, there's a lot of people saying that they should give up on Fields. Um,
Still got
this
that
game
type of talk, man.
Yeah, this game right here, I'm not going to say that this game, in my opinion, was not on Justin Fields. It was lack of execution on other players. Yes, he could have
Exactly.
did other things differently, and yes, he could have, uh, you know, give some plays back, but he didn't cost us the game.
Yeah.
Dropping
Exactly.
touchdown passes costs us the game. Those kind of plays cost us the game. He didn't throw no interceptions. He fumbled, but it wasn't a lost fumble. Got it back. But
Exactly.
he didn't make no plays down the stretch that necessarily cost us the game. If you want to say he actually put us in the position to win if Darnell Mooney catches that ball.
Exactly. Exactly.
So let's just get that out the way. And that's me and Cootie's opinion. We're not going to blame this one on Justin Fields. Even
Right.
though he didn't have the best of games, he was 19 of 40, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. When you look at the stats, it looks like he had a bad game, Cootie, when you look at the stats and you hear those stats.
Right.
You know, but we're talking about a drop touchdown pass for Robert Tonyan. We talking about a Tyler Scott drop pass in critical situation down the
Yep.
stretch that probably would have put us in field goal range at that moment. And we talking about a game-winning touchdown catch that Darnell
Let it
Mooney
get away
drops.
from you.
And somebody shared on social media, they put up a stat and they said Justin Fields' day without drops by Robert Tonyan and Darnell Mooney with the replay review of the first half Hail Mary. He'd have been 21 of 40, 284 yards, and then he would have had 3 touchdowns and no interception.
Yeah, the
This is
perfect
if
scenario.
other players around him execute. This is just if other players around him execute.
Yeah.
Man, defense, they played their hearts out, Cootie. I give it to them. That
Right? Yeah.
defense, we cooking with grease with that defense. All we need is one more pass rusher. That's it. One more interior defensive name. That's a good name. That's gonna be good. And that defense is cooking with grease with that defense.
Yeah.
That's all I feel like we need. We just need one more interior pass rusher or defender, and I feel like we on our way. Um, Luke Getsy's performance, man, the play calling, did not like it, Cootie. Was too conservative in the third quarter. Once again, we
Yeah.
talk about, how the Bears, they'll come out and they'll do this whole one game plan and play good. And then it's like the next week they just abandon, like they don't know how to keep their foot on a pedal, and they don't know how to
Yeah.
put teams away.
That-
That's been a
That's
struggle for
easily
them to do.
said. Yep.
And it's starting to show now. It's starting to show that it's start and it's starting to convert into more and more losses when it should be wins. And at some point in time, no matter what you say, Matt Eberflus has to translate those into W's, and they have not been translated into W's. Even after with us thinking that maybe it's a turnaround with this team,
Yeah.
whether no matter if whether Matt Eberflus can try to take the pressure off him as well and say, well, okay, I got the defense and the defense is doing this and the defense is doing that. Now you as a head coach and you're knowing that your job is on the line and you feel like you got the defense going but your offense is not going and the offensive coordinator that you have is not cutting it. If I'm a
Yeah.
head coach, I'm going to Ryan Poles and say, hey, we need to let this guy go. Because he's not getting it done for me on the
Yeah.
offensive
We
end.
brought him in, and we got to get rid of him now.
We gotta go. We need to find another offensive coordinator that we could possibly bring in here. Start looking for one now. Or have our quarterback coach be our offensive coordinator in the meantime. Him and Justin have a good relationship. Or whatever the case may be. But for you to continue to let this offense continue to be what it is, and it's not evolving, Cootie. It's not.
Yeah.
It seemed
It's
like
like either you play off your quarterback or you play off the defense that you're gonna be seeing, and one way or the other, it's always something missing with Lugessi. It's always like you say, the first half he can be on the money with something, then the second half, like he loses his touch or get scared of putting more points up. There's nothing wrong with blowing up the scoreboards, man. Just putting points up. But the thing is, it's like when you start thinking about the interceptions, what could be, and it just makes you, stop in your footsteps and start calling, like you say, these conservative, and, non-impactful plays. Because I mean, or even how it is, what was happening before the half. I understand you want to go for it, extend, try to get for sure points. But I mean, when it's the chance, like I said, those 3 points actually came back to haunt us, not clicking it during the first half. Instead, we tried to go for it, we didn't make it. Like we already know Carlos Santos. He can bomb some things, but I would have rather had that try in there because if it goes at the end of when it's all zero, it would have been 2020 at the end of the day. If you hit that and then, you get down to zeros and they deal what they do, we would have won in the overtime, another chance to try to do it. But the fact of trying to go for it when we have, like, that was the thing with us last year. When we have chances to put points on the boards, where, we're going for it, we're doing things that instead of just getting the points, why we could get them. And that's one of the instances I feel like, we should have just did that. Like, when that was with the offensive scheming and planning, like, and one of the things that we know with us as a Bears team, when we have a chance to get points, if it's time restricted or whatever it may be, we got to get the points when we can. We can't try to,
yeah.
extend it. We definitely got to get our points when we can. But that's what you say just with that offensive game plan. It's like one week you got it. Like I said, one week we will be putting up the points because we playing the team and we trying to keep up the pace with them. And the next week we get off on the team. They got to keep up with us, and we slow down for them. So
It's just no consistency on the offensive side of the ball. It seemed like you're getting consistency on the defensive side.
yeah, that's
We,
the right way to put it.
getting a little bit of progress now, getting more yardage after this game after Trent Taylor did fumble the ball, but we got to pick back. So we not, we was okay in that situation, but other than that, special teams played pretty well. It's just we're never able to, for all three phases of the game, to be on one accord. if our defense is clicking, the offense not clicking, but special teams and defense is
Yeah,
clicking. If the defense is not clicking, the offense is clicking, but special teams is not. It's like we're not able to play on all three phases of the ball game consistency, game in and game out. And at some point in time, if that's the problem, but we seem to have ourselves in these games and
yeah,
in these situations coming late down in the fourth quarter, but we just can't seem to hold on to them due to whatever it may be. Most of the time is lack of a bad call or something, which means something has to change at some point in time.
yeah. It's
And
like we said before.
no,
At some point, it's not all on the players. They going out there, putting blood, sweat, and tears in, giving it all, putting it out there on the field. Like you say, some people do have execution issues, but at the end of the day, it comes down a little bit more than that, than just what the players are producing.
yeah, and man, it's just another devastating loss. The Chicago Bears, their playoff hopes are basically shot at this point. They needed to win now. It was just simple, straight as that. Unless some
Yeah,
kind of miracles happen with a lot of other teams and way more a lot of things that need to happen now. Now that they did just lose their ninth, so the best record that they can get now is an 8-9 record, which would still be under 500. They cannot
yeah.
have
And that was
or
my biggest
even
thing. I just wanted us to
yeah,
go, have a winning record at least, and at the end of the season, at least if it's
yeah.
a
So
minor winning one, it would be something.
yeah, so I mean, not the progress that we wanted from Bears fans. A lot of people can say, well, hey, we're still in this rebuilding phase. We knew that this was going to take a couple of years. We just wanted to see progress from last year to this year. And if you really look at the games, if the Bears are able to squeeze out these last three games or so, then
I mean,
it would
definitely the
still
next
be
two.
significant progress. It will still be significant progress with the 8-9 record from you going only winning three games last year to you
Yeah, I
winning,
mean,
you know, eight
that'll be
games this
the
year.
over the past 2 years. If we get 8 games under our belt, that'll be the most wins, that Matt Eberflus has in the last 2 seasons combined. So, I mean, it would be worth something. It does give you something, like you say. It gives you something to look back on and be like, it definitely was a lot of effort. Money was well spent in some ways. We see, like I said, with Nate Davis, other things, could be better. We could have made better. Chase Claypool could have made better decisions with those type of trades and transactions. But like you say, getting the 8 or 9, it proved that a lot of things did work out. It's not what we wanted, but certain things did play in our hand.
Yeah, and another thing, I'm I wasn't really at first I was wondering why didn't they go for it on that fourth down as far as kicking the field goal with Cairo Santos. But I did look on the sideline and I seen the special team coach talking to Cairo, and Cairo must have told him his range, and it
Yeah, he
probably
wasn't
was
feeling
out of
it.
range from him. Yeah, and when I did some research on 670 the score shared this, um, they said Brad Biggs watched Bears kicker Cairo Santo attempt a 52-yard field goal in warm up. It landed halfway through the end zone, and at the end, that the Bears was going towards at the end of first half. That was a
Mm.
no-brainer to go for the Hail Mary there, Briggs said. So Biggs says that Cairo Santos basically he wouldn't make it. He wouldn't make it in his warm up from that range, from that direction that they were going in. Basically, it was out of his range, so it was a no-brainer that the Bears was going to go
Right, if you're
for it
gonna
in
go
that
for points,
situation.
you're gonna go for points that way.
So I understood that situation, but man, let us know, man, what's your guys' most devastating part of this loss, man. I have to say, the Darnell Mooney drop, for me would probably be um the pill that got me. I was having hope on a Hail Mary, but when I seen Darnell Mooney, when I seen that ball land in his lap, Cootie, I just knew he was gonna catch it, and I was about to go crazy. I just knew he was gonna
Nah.
catch it.
Even before that, for me, it was the Amari Cooper touchdown, man. I thought they was gonna stop him at least, make that. It was already a good pass completion, with the yardage they got. But I thought they was gonna at least knock him out, and they let him get to the end zone. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. That Darnell Mooney one, that hurt the most, because that could have been, potential game winner. But it just like that was one of those other moments in the game where I felt like we definitely, felt the life leaving when Amari Cooper got that touchdown. So man, but this game had a lot of it. Actually had a few that you like, man, if we could have that back.
yeah. That'll be the third one for sure. That's the third one for sure. Now we can say Denver. We can say uh, Detroit, and now
Yeah.
we can say Cleveland is in that category as well. And Bears are keep making history, but not in good ways. Are the only team with those kind of deficits and in those kind of positions to win, that many times in 1 year
Yeah, I
with
think all
being
of
up
those we were
those
up by
many
at
times.
least two scores, right? At least two scores.
Yeah, yep. So man, just another devastating loss, Chicago. Let us know your thoughts about this loss. Who is to blame on this loss, man? Me and Cootie say not Justin Fields, man. If I had to blame
Yeah.
this loss on anybody, I'm going to say Luke Getsy for me. Um, just not calling the proper play calling. Um,
Yeah. The aggression level.
just yeah, regressing as far as not staying aggressive with the play calling and trying to show your defense that you appreciate them and try to get some points.
Yeah.
Um, just it's just not there for whatever reason it is. It's like it's a tug and war game between him and Justin. He wants Justin to do things this way, then he plays to Justin's strength, and Justin does good. Then he reverts and goes back to his
Yeah.
way. It's,
Even in the
it's
first
not
half,
working.
what like design runs? What happened to QB design runs in the first half, where they gave us a lot of opening and room to do things? Like did we see the success that start to have in the second half? But where's that? And in the beginning of the game, that's another thing. Like things that I feel like we know we should be doing, they don't never just off the bat do them. They wait they come in with all these new gameplay. Try to make the Bears give us a new look. I feel like give us make us different, but it's not always to the best of what we need to be doing.
Yeah. Oh man, Cody, it's another devastating one. Definitely for sure, you're right. At this point, see changes coming. Um, and man, I just hope that they keep Justin. And I'm a Justin Fields guy. He's
Yeah,
my guy.
no,
So just hope they keep Justin. Cause I feel like if you can get some talent, you know, and now I feel like this year, Ryan Poles, last year you boosted up the defense, and now you see it in the fruits of your labor as far as with your defense. That you take that same energy and you do it around your quarterback.
right,
It's
exactly.
the same thing. Draft picks on offensive linemen, skill position, tight ends. Like just go out and we don't get so much to do with the number one overall draft pick, but man, like I said, man, this loss is not on Justin Fields. And if you guys saying this loss is on Justin Fields, you guys need to go back and review this game and think about it twice because,
Or even
like,
change my
like you
mind. You
said,
got to give me some legitimate reasons to where where I can believe you. Something.
give us a good reason. Please give us a good reason. Yes, then you something, but give us a good reason. Even if you come back to good reason, blame us as the reason why Justin Fields was the reason they lost this game. But man, let us know your thoughts, Chicago. Another
Yes.
devastating loss, man. Hopefully we can bounce back next week. But man, cool to see you guys in a couple of days. Still, we'll have a new prize one next week. But if we said all Chicago Bears fans, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. We appreciate all the love and support. Be safe, Chicago, and Bears.
Sit down.